Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we're looking at this time is the Takamura Chromax Petty 130mm knife. So this line of knives has a core steel of what's known as Chromax. It's a semi-stainless steel. They take it to a really high hardness for really good edge retention. It is semi-stainless, so it will patina and spot if you don't dry it off. So I wouldn't leave it sit wet for too long. Just, use it. Clean it, dry it off, put it away, you'll be fine. Just don't leave it sit wet like you could a full stainless knife. The heat treat's about 64 to 65 Rockwell, so they really put a high heat treat on it. So it's not going to be super forgiving. It'll be a little bit more brittle because it's not a softer steel, so you've got to take care and have appropriate technique. The construction is a 3-layer sandwich with a softer stainless steel cladding on either side of the Chromax semi-stainless steel, so it's full stainless over semi-stainless, and it's got, we'll get a close-up look at it again later, but it's got a hammered pattern to it, and you can see that kind of cladding line right there. The weight on the knife is 2.5 ounces, 72 grams. Overall, or the edge length is about 130 around on the money, which is a little over 5 inches, and then the overall length about 9.6 inches. The spine thickness, these are pretty thin knives. Not quite as thin as the Megaki R2 series, but pretty close. So about 1.5 millimeters, and it pretty much just holds that all the way through until you hit the distal taper with the grind. Basically, it's not even distal taper, it's the grind, and it gets nice and thin at the very tip, and they're also thin at the edge. So these are excellent performing knives. Again, they're not quite as thin as the Megaki R2 series, but they've also got a little more blade stiffness and a little bit better food release because of the geometry and also because of the hammered finish. So again, here's a close-up look. You've got some hand-chiseled kanji in there and an embossed one. And then on the other side, got it playing with the hammer marks. So it's a really cool knife. The hammer marks add a lot of interest to it. There's your cladding line. Nice fit and finish on the handle. The handle's nice and slender. Fit and finish is excellent on the spine, the choil. So a good 6 out of 10 edge on this. So although I would, if you sharpen, I'd go ahead and put your own edge on it. You might as well. Or you can just see what the out-of-the-box edge does for you. But just a really cool knife. Again, it's very similar. The handle is a pack-a wood, a stabilized wood known as pack-a wood, and this is a brown versus kind of the mahogany color, the more reddish color on the Megaki R2 series. So other than that, these knives are fairly similar. So the profiles are similar. Really nice profile all the way around. It's kind of like a mini Guto profile. I can get about up there before I start getting the tip in, which means this will rock nicely over the kind of stuff you would use this for anyway. If a knife doesn't have as much, and I guess I didn't do the height is 28.4 millimeters at the heel, so it's not a tall petty, but if you have issues with board clearance, if your hands are a little bit bigger with your grip or whatever, you can always move the knife to the edge of the board if you got a thicker board like this for plenty of clearance, or just move the whole cutting board if it's one of those real thin ones. Just move it to the edge of your countertop so it's on the lip, near the lip of your countertop, and then you've got loads of clearance for doing whatever board work. So that gives you a little more versatility from your shorter petty knife. So this is just an excellent lineup, great value, excellent steel with really good qualities to it. So this is the Takamura Chromax Petty, and it's the 130mm version.